Hey everybody, welcome back to Lightning Returns, and today we are going to go hunt down those pesky numbers that we need to go crash the party. But first, a loading screen.
Loading screen and a recap. Because I bet you've all forgotten all about this because it's such a striking detail.
You should be able to find the code used by the children of
Yeah, like I said, there is one of those loading screens for each and every side quest in the game, so I will try to make sure we show almost all the unique ones.
Somebody had to write all of these. Like, there was a guy whose job it is to say, hey, there's each of these side quests, and here's each of the completion states it can be at. Write a paragraph of text for each of these states of each of these events. Someone's job. It's also someone's job to translate all of that. A whole array of pitiable individuals.
So yeah, the children of Echo are not exactly subtle about this whole number thing.
But I bet they think they are. Like, this has the makings of like of a bunch of like 5-year-olds running a secret club. What?
Could be our friend, the Shadow Hunter.
What are you saying?
Wanted to drop by and say hello.
I don't know. I just could have sworn I saw something profoundly irritating.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was nobody up there.
Ah, you're right. Anyway, like any JRPG, this eventually comes down to just chasing numbers, only this time we're actually literally chasing after numbers, rather than just grinding.
Yeah, of the 4 numbers that we need, 3 of them are scattered around the city, and 1 is inside the Warren. So we can't even actually finish this right now.
It's basically just a transparent excuse to make you not spend an entire day on this quest, and take time out to do other things.
But why are they killing innocents? Why don't they just come for
Well,
me instead?
If nothing else, it turns out they're not joking. They are, in fact, just randomly killing people.
I'll say this for this game and its open world.
Still have to do something.
Stuff
Maybe we'll be
happens.
killed tonight.
Like,
I'm starting to think we should just take these
the great thing about
head on.
the Majora's Mask template is that it's very straightforward to create a world in which things happen, in which it feels like the entire universe does not revolve around your protagonist.
The victim was a devout believer in God and a dedicated member of the Order.
So I guess we got to give them credit for that.
She was alive. She was a fixture in our neighborhood, always out on the streets, spreading the word of God. The victim was famous throughout the city. So devout was she, some believed she was the savior. She was killed because of her beliefs, I'm sure. Limit to the heretic's perfidy.
Oh, that's a hell of a word to throw out in a JRPG.
That girl.
I had to look that up once.
No one seems to be taking notice. Hey,
Yeah.
are you okay? Are you hurt?
Side quest out of nowhere.
Problem. I would
Well, that's the best kind of side quest, you know?
Tell me what's wrong.
There's so many random people hanging around in these cities like, hey, I need saving,
Looking for a remedy I'd heard about.
and Lightning's just so compassionate.
She is. She is a caring soul, going out of her way to help all these people.
Lightning has an abundance of fucks to give.
My name. I can't get my hands on them.
Except when she doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes she just doesn't. Again, see the 2 teams of writers grand theory that everyone has about this game.
At any rate, we need to hunt down a special medicine for this girl's father.
You're going to help me save my father?
Just once, I'd like for these guys to just say, hey, here's a
Yes, the Chocobo
here's a feather
Emporium.
that literally revives the dead. Go do what you will with it. I'd like to see that lampshaded in the plot. Like, I think there's been like exactly one scene in all of Final Fantasy where it just has a mage standing over someone repeatedly shouting cure, and then nothing happens and it's very sad.
Yeah, in all things, I think 4 was the one that did it, right?
Sounds like something 4 would have done.
Yeah, it was after it was after the part in the castle where Palom Emporium got turned to stone.
Yeah, that's the one. It's kind of like the Final Fantasy answer to the scene in a medical drama where somebody keeps on trying to defibrillate someone until a doctor goes and says, "No, we've lost them." And then somebody says the time. Oh well. Where are we actually going this time?
We are headed down to South Station to pick up the number down there.
Alright, we just know where all these are.
Well, I do because I'm the one playing, but yeah, there are people you can talk to nearby, and they'll be, like, for example, for that first number, if you talk to somebody, right near where you would go out there, he's like,
"Yeah, I saw on the way."
"Yeah, I saw a weird number floating, out on the docks."
That's a very JRPG thing. There's all these people.
Oh.
The...
Oh?
What was I saying? There's all these people, and they just say whatever it is that they say, and then you start a quest, and suddenly they all switch what they say to talk about, like, "Hey, I saw some numbers over there." What the hell was that guy? He looks suspicious. Of some interest, the guards wandering around all of these places. Just, keep in mind that they exist.
That was me trying to take a quest that I already had.
That'll happen a lot when you play this game, because all of these quests are the fucking same.
But, so the only interesting thing there is that there was a global side quest, and that just basically means that you can take it and turn it in anywhere. It could be anywhere in the world what you're looking for.
All I'm interested in is the color of your money.
That guy's beard
Seen their code, and I'm willing to tell you what I know.
is very suspicious.
Price. But one thing, the code
Yeah, so
down in the city.
rather than make
So if you
hundreds of unique character models,
paying me for it,
what Square did was they made a handful of them, and then they put a whole bunch of attachments on them to make them unique.
young lady,
But that's not the best part. The best part is that all of these people who have attachments put on them give you random quests. Some of them are, big, and some of them are very insignificant. But when you do those quests for those people, you will get the attachments that they had. And yes, this does mean you can totally put a fake beard on Lightning. And let me tell you guys, fake beards are only the beginning. Very well observed.
Anyways, after a very long time of wandering around and trying to figure out where the hell it is, the last number that we can get right now is here in this little... It's not the warehouse district, it's right above that. But, yeah. So that's everything we can do here right now. So, we could go to Yusnan, we'll do that a little bit later, but for now, we're just gonna go ahead and fuck around and do some side quests.
Side quests are the lifeblood of this game.
Doing racing around the city like that.
Sometimes.
I'll tell you, but only if you beat me. Okay?
Oh my god, that guy's voice.
Keep up. Don't think you can beat me because I'm a kid.
It makes my ears want to die.
Well, he's pretty fast, so we're gonna have a race with him.
That kid has silver hair and is named Lamont.
Is eventually.
Lamont was the fake name that Larsa gave you in Final Fantasy XII, who had the same colour hair. I don't know, it could be two coincidences. At this point, I'm honestly not sure.
Anyway, he wants us to race him to the graveyard, but we can jump over fences and other things, so it's just a little lopsided in our favor.
We can also sprint. And he can't sprint. I don't think you'd even need to do any fancy platforming. I'm pretty sure you can just run. at normal speed and take corners with a modicum of efficiency, and you will handily beat him.
Oh, that's cute, game.
Thank you, game. Well, I guess we better just wait here for several real-life and in-game minutes. That cat has an enormous tail.
It does. I don't think that's how cats work.
Yeah, and believe me, this is just the beginning of animal models in this game. You will note that we are speeding through time at quite a rate, and nothing is happening, and no small irritating children are arriving.
Yeah, so after about an hour an hour in-game, which was, at this point, I think, 3.5 minutes real time.
Yeah, one in-game minute, 2.5 IRL seconds.
So, yeah, after, 3 minutes of real time, it's okay, something happened here. So now I have to go and find him, and figure out where his pathing broke.
A thing that would have made me respect the hell out of the writers is if they'd done some dumb trick, have the kid who challenges you to a race be a girl with pink hair, and you outrun her really easily, and then you wait and she doesn't arrive, and then it turns out that the heretics got to her while you left her behind.
That's a little morbid, actually. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that.
I don't know, if you're gonna literally copy the Majora's Mask format, you might as well copy the tone as well.
Say no more. You want a flask of our super special.
Anyway, let's just ignore that side quest entirely and go start a different one.
We're all out.
So this is the person that we need to get the medicine from.
She seems like a reputable vendor of medical supplies.
The ingredients. I wish I could have helped.
But she doesn't have the medicine. We need the ingredients for it first.
Well, hell of a vendor you are.
If I bring you the ingredients, can you make more?
Of course, and I'll do it for free. Anything to help a fellow resident.
You are literally the worst vendor.
Anyway, we already have most of this, but the third vendor, the one who sells the root, she literally does not appear until you talk to her. And, oh, there's the kid.
Oh, hey, Lamont.
Good job, you got stuck on the stairs. And
I got stuck on a small planter.
yeah, I've wasted enough time on him now, so...
Well, you're gonna have to continue to waste real life time, but you might at least claw back some in-game time. Kid, move! Come on! I'm trying to remember the exact length of time that
But I guess a little
chronostasis lasts for.
You said you were going to tell me what's
pretty
going on if I
generous.
won. You're gonna
It's
keep your word,
fairly
aren't you?
generous. It's
nothing exciting or anything like that. It's just
I want to say it's about an hour's worth of in-game time, as long as the clock is moving.
Oh, I see it. In-game hour.
I won't say it was a bad idea, but weren't there other ways?
About 60 times 2.5. That would be... If it's an in-game hour, that would be like 2 to 3 minutes of real time.
But not as fast
Maybe an
as
in-game
you.
half hour.
Well, I'm happy if I help.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but of course, it doesn't count when you're in battle or anything, so...
Oh, well, yeah.
So it feels like it lasts longer than it does, I think.
Listen, if you have even the first clue what you're doing, you could very easily just make chronostasis last forever. And that would be a terrible idea. For reasons that we'll get to.
Anyway, yeah, back here on the south side, yeah, this woman did not exist until we went and talked to the Chocobo Emporium.
I guess they have to artificially gate the progress on these somehow.
You wandered in here by accident, did you?
Which is weird, because there's other side quests that don't seem any more significant than this, that have elements that you can do in any order. There's a particular one in Yusnan involving nibblers that has a quite astounding amount of developer precautions around it
What is it?
that we'll get to. The hell are you?
He's one of the Order folks.
Property of the Order. This is not the correct place for it at all.
That,
That's strange.
but
Do you think someone stole this from the Order repository and left it here?
Yeah, the attachment system is never not jarring.
Stolen supply spheres are turning up all over. Of course, I have a good idea who the culprits are.
The children.
A weird thing about it
Exactly.
is that there's all these attachments, and it feels like
Not to mention
which people have which attachments is hard coded in the game, but it feels like that hard coding was done like entirely at random.
how far they'll go.
And I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they couldn't have just like had a human place appropriate looking or deliberately amusing looking attachments on people deliberately. They didn't do that. Missed opportunity. That was a very long-winded way of saying please track down these special treasure chests.
Well, you see, we have to imply that, you know, I would do it myself, but I'm waiting for somebody from the Order to come by. But since you're here, maybe you'll do it, eh?
Even as transparent game side quest justifications go, it's flaming shit.
What should I do with the content?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that this guy is the laziest piece of shit in this entire city.
This entire game is full of lazy pieces of shit, but you know, what side quest driven JRPG isn't? Really? It was nice that he gave us an outline of our total lack of progress as soon as we started.
That seems awfully specific for being randomly stolen from the Order.
Yeah, right? Yeah, there's a lot of random tone dissonance in this game. I don't really know.
Is this everything you need for the medicine?
You managed to get everything on the list? That's incredible. Now give me a few minutes.
Best
while I work
vendor.
magic.
How did you manage to get all the ingredients that I told you you needed so that I would make you this medicine for free?
Remedy of all time.
Best vendor.
I hope this works. What am I saying? I know it'll work. Hurry on back to the port.
I'm not sure I trust this medicine.
I told you, this is totally a reputable medical supply vendor. Nothing about this is shady or suspect. It's the kind of thing that it seems like a missed opportunity for them to take the piss out of you for going along so seriously with.
Here.
Is this really what I think it is? Are you absolutely sure that I can have this?
I said you could, didn't I? Now go and take it to your father.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Yes, it's a completely unique healing item that literally does nothing
You're one of the good ones.
except that one thing that you need.
You left. I don't know what to say. I just
Well, I mean, if we implied that it had actual, like, healing abilities, then we would have to, you know, make it available to the player.
But no one even bothered to hear me out.
It could have had like a JRPG with a single incredible healing item that you can either keep for yourself or give to someone. It seems like the kind of thing that JRPGs would do these days.
The only one who bothered to ask if anything was wrong, you know that? I guess there's still a bit of light in this city after all.
Aw, Lightning, you're so
It took a
caring.
while, but you ended up getting what you
Lightning
needed
the
to help your
compassionate.
father, didn't you? Even though the world is consumed with
But remember, guys, she doesn't have any emotions.
to help others.
Not
Have
one.
some faith.
You're right.
Literally motivated entirely by ruthless pragmatism.
Heavens or something? I know the world is ending.
I don't know. They could have leaned a bit harder on the idea that she actually is just putting on airs only because
And that's the truth.
she's doing her best to save souls because something Sarah. I mean, I think that's implied that that's what's going on, but it's just, yeah. Also, did she literally give us 0 gil?
Well, yeah. She did say that she didn't... Wait, no. She said it's not about the money. Right?
Yeah, but why did they bother noting that we received 0 gil as a reward? Like, why did they specifically point it out? Why? What is the aim? I don't get it. Ugh, those things. They are everywhere. They're one of the game's universal trash mobs. Well, what needlessly specific thing have we got this time?
We just got money on that one.
That's... I don't even know what to make of that.
And those are Libra notes.
Yeah. Which I guess is a... Like, that's the thing that I like about this game.
Well, I've checked them all.
That you can have notes of things that just fill in the Libra system.
Yes, actually I just found out the same thing on my end. Apparently the whole thing was all just a big joke. Not a very
Yep, I
funny
guess this whole thing was a waste of time.
This isn't the time for pranks.
You're telling me it was a young girl named Lumina. She's usually lurking
Oh
around the
god,
feet.
it was Lumina. Of course it was.
Spheres were supposed to be a gift for whoever found them.
I should have guessed.
I don't know if this is the side quest writers trying to lampshade the whole thing where we're giving you stupid side quests to do.
The savior would find them. Why, that would make you the savior.
This guy is very observant.
Tell her thanks for the extra supplies, and that I don't believe in luck.
I'll be sure to tell her that. She likes to have a little fun sometimes, but she means no harm.
Was that the race kid who just walked past the frame there?
Enough is enough.
Really?
It
That's
might
hard
have
to
been.
believe. That little devil causes trouble
I
everywhere she goes,
don't remember.
and everywhere she doesn't.
Forgotten already, huh?
Now, we all need to give her a break. After all, these are trying times, and we all need to let off a little steam sometimes. She helps us laugh a little.
Don't know quite how to pass that sentence.
Well, no, you see, she helps us laugh by stealing our supplies and then locking them and then making the savior come get them. That's hilarious. Anyway, let's see what she actually gave us.
Always trying to go for the Joker archetypes. It never ends well.
A record of he who sees the future. That's something.
An elusive record, please. Let's be clear about this stuff.
Well, thanks, Lumina. You're a peach.
Seriously. Well, let's get out of here and go somewhere else.
That sounds like a plan to me.